would be a good experience for you. So all the best to you for your flight. Now, I would like to go ahead with the next part of the meeting. I would like to introduce the Toastmaster of the day. She's a social media manager and a mass communication graduate. She loves listening to music and reading books. She's also the president of Newtown Toastmasters Club. So let's give it up for Toastmasters of the day, Toastmaster Astha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ayush. And the round of applause should keep going for him because he did a fabulous job as the acting presiding officer. And with that, I would like to throw up a question to all of you. What do you think hashtags are? Oh, wait, first, let me introduce you to today's theme, which is hashtags. As a social media manager, hashtag has always intrigued me. So when I was going, what should be the theme for today's meeting, the first thought was hashtag. Let me share my screen. Just 1 second. Technical glitch. So, as I wanted to throw a question to you all, it goes to you all again. What do you think are hashtags? Anyone can unmute themselves and answer this question for me?
I believe hashtags are the things when you are posting anything, any information and knowledge, and you want to involve larger group to get aware what you are posting. I believe then people will come, like, comment, or you'll get kind of improvement to do that.
You are partially correct about hashtags. Also, while going through this, a fun fact that hashtags are also known as pound signs. And before I tell you more about hashtags, let me tell you a little bit about the structure of today's meeting. Just like any other Toastmaster meeting, this Toastmaster meeting is divided into 3 parts. And these 3 parts are also, for me as a social media manager, the process of how I upload things on social media. Number 1, preparing what I want to post, which is the prepared speech part. Then impromptu thinking of captions and hashtags that goes over there, which is the table topic part of the meeting, where everyone will be given from 1 to 2 minutes to speak about a topic which will be given by the table topic master. And the third part, which is the most important job for me as a social manager, is receiving feedback in the form of comments, which over here will be receiving feedbacks from our general evaluator. So now let me introduce you to today's, just 1 second, I'm really sorry, a little bit of technical glitch. Let me introduce you to today's general evaluator. Today's general evaluator is none other than Toastmaster Seema Ramesh. She is the past president of VirtuoMasters Club and is the immediate past area director of Division Q. When I asked her about what does she think about hashtags, she said that it's very overused and has lost its charm, which is very true. But somewhere down the line, being a social media manager, I'm still a little biased towards it because it helps me in engaging more and more people towards a particular post. Everything is hashtagged on social media, and hence there is no priority as per Toastmaster Seema. So, Toastmaster Seema, would you like to take the virtual podium and go ahead and introduce yourself and your tag team?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Astha. Very warm welcome to everybody. I'm sure you all have had a wonderful holiday, so to speak. Some of you might have been working, I don't know, but the holiday season has in fact given all the glowing faces here right on the screen. I wish I could have been a part of the celebrations, but I'm not. Anyways, Toastmasters is a beautiful way of even celebrating festivals. I'm sure all of you have experienced that now as well. Well, as the general evaluator for today, I'm sure the term is not very uncommon to all of you. The general evaluation includes the evaluation or giving feedback towards the entire meeting, like when the meeting began with the sergeant at arms and until the end of the session when the Toastmaster of the evening hands it over to the president. Now, evaluation is something that we all try to take as seriously as possible because we depend on feedback. Without feedback in any form, it's just not here at Toastmasters. Without feedback, we are nowhere. We cannot improve at all. We cannot move forward, so to speak. Here at Toastmasters, we take this very seriously because whatever we speak, we have the impromptu speaking, you have your prepared speeches, you have your evaluation, leadership. Whatever it takes, you need support. You need the help of the feedback. And only then can you move forward and become better communicators and leaders. So today I will not be able to do this all by myself. It is a pretty daunting task. I know we are a very closed unit right now, but still it needs to be taken very seriously. So I have a tag team, a trio, whom I call the Three Musketeers, who will help me out. TAG stands for T for timer, A for our counter, and G for grammarian. So today my timer is Toastmaster Vandana. Am I correct? Because suddenly I saw a timer Abhijit also coming in. So Vandana, you'll be the timer, right?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. So I would like to invite our timer, Toastmaster Vandana, to please explain your role today as the timer. Over to you, Vandana.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rekha, our general evaluator. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters. As time plays an important role in our life, it plays an important role in Toastmasters meeting as well. So today, as the timer, I will be keeping a track on the prepared speech speakers and table topics speakers. I would share my screen for the prepared section. Each speaker gets the chance to speak for 5 to 7 minutes with a grace period of 30 seconds. Upper hand at 5 minutes, I will show yellow card. Or shall I show yellow card, or it will be understandable? At 5 minutes, I will show green card, and then at 6 minutes, I will show yellow card, and then at 7 minutes, I will show red card. It's not showing. In the same way, in table topics session, for table topic speaker, the time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. For the first 1 minute, I will show green card. Then at 1.5 minute, I will show yellow card, and then at second 2 minutes, I will show green card till ends the speech. And when the general evaluator asks me to evaluate, I will give my evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vandana. Just to add on to that, we have an evaluation as well of the prepared speeches. The evaluation is 2 to 3 minutes, where the meantime, the green card will be shown at 2 minutes, at 2.5, the yellow, and at 3 minutes until the speaker stops speaking, the red card will be shown. Right. Yes. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Vandana. She will be sharing the screen so that, and I request the speakers to try and maintain their time. Next up is our R counter. My next musketeer is the R counter, who is Toastmaster Sonali. I would like to invite Sonali to please explain your role today.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, TM Seema. So, good evening, my fellow Toastmasters. Today, I'll be playing the role of the counter in today's meeting. And basically, the purpose of the counter is to note the filler words. It's to note the overused words and filler words used as a clutch by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate injections such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Sounds may be or or a. Now I'll keep a note of these things. So all the best for today's meeting.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sonali, for explaining your role. We have got to be very careful about our R's and the ums, because I mean, you'll be surprised at how many times we get to use this. Next up is our grammarian for today, a very seasoned Toastmaster, very seasoned grammarian. It's one of his favorite roles. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Anurag Jain as the grammarian for today. Over to you, Anurag.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I'm Toastmaster Anurag, and today I'll be playing the role of a grammarian. Now, my role as a grammarian is to pay close attention to the good and the not so good usage of English grammar. I will also provide suggestions and feedbacks at the end of the session when General Evaluator calls me to do so. Now, my role as a grammarian is also to introduce you to the word of the day. And the word that I have chosen is elucidate. It is a verb. It means to make something clear. For example, the tag team role players elucidated their roles in great detail. I'll also be sharing the word of the day in the chat box for you to use. Anyone who uses the word of the day will be rewarded with a virtual applause. Thank you, and over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anurag, for elucidating your role as the grammarian today. Well, that is all for me right now and my team. I will have also the individual speech evaluators who will be playing a huge role in evaluating the prepared speech. We also have a table topics evaluator today, which will come towards the end of the session. So with all that, lots more in store. I hope we have a really, really good meeting to look forward to. And now I'm handing it over to our Toastmaster of the evening, the lovely lady, Toastmaster Asta. Over to you, Asta.
Can we please have a round of applause for our general evaluator and her tag team and the evaluators for helping us provide with the best feedback that we are going to get at the end of this meeting? With that, I hope I could help you all understand hashtags a little bit more in this meeting. So, as I was saying, what is a hashtag? A hashtag is a metadata tag which is basically used to group things. Why is hashtag such an important part of social media? You may think that, and it's mostly because it helps you group things in a particular way. Suppose you just went out and you love traveling. So if you use the hashtag travel, anyone in the world can just search hashtag travel and find your post in that particular place and can actually get some help from it. So hashtags are a very, very important part of social media because it actually helps you group things and drive engagement to a particular post. With that, I would like to start with the first part of the meeting, which is the prepared speeches. And today we have with us our speaker. But before calling our speaker, I would like to call upon the speaker's evaluator, which is an IT associate by profession and joined Toastmasters a year ago to overcome his inhibition of public speaking. He simply loves hashtags as it reduces the amount of word that is needed to describe a situation. You can simply put a hashtag and boom. With that, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Shubham to uh, to to state the objectives of the evaluator of today's meeting, the evaluator of the speaker.
Uh, Good evening, everyone. I think there is a misunderstanding at this point of the time. I think the evaluator of the speaker should come in, and after that, I can come in and state the objective of the evaluator's evaluation.
Okay. So I would like to call upon the evaluator for the speaker today. She is very new to Toastmasters and has just joined 3 months ago. By profession, she is a teacher, and for her, hashtag is something which highlights the moments of her life, any feeling, any food, anything, any specific date or anything which is too bold. With that, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Reema Das to state the objective of today's speaker's speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Astha. The speaker is going to deliver Level 1 Project 2 speech from Pathway Presentation Mastery. The purpose of the speech is, the purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of the speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his or first speech. Timer, please note, the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to the speaker, and I request everyone, after the speaker finished his speech, please give him a round of applause. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Reema. Now I would like to call upon the evaluator's evaluator to give the objective of hers.
Thank you so much, Madam
Okay.
Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Astha. The evaluator is attempting her level 1 evaluation and feedback project. The purpose of her project is for the member to develop skills for delivering and receiving feedback. Second, the purpose of the speech is for the members to deliver constructive feedback on another's member's presentation. At the end of the Reema's evaluation, I will be evaluating her evaluation when called upon so by Madam General Evaluator of the meeting. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shubham, for elucidating the project objectives of Toastmaster Reema. With all the weight that we have done, let's call upon the speaker of today's prepared speech sections. He is, as we all know, the CA, and he's CA and MBA in finance, a consultant by profession. When I asked him about hashtags, he said that it is a very important part of his life. He likes to divide hashtags as months and years. And he also gave me an example, like this week is no overthinking week. Trust me, I need a week like that. And that this month is a no bullshit month. It's like a style statement and a reminder to yourself. With that, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Ayush, live in a weekly view. Toastmaster Ayush, live in a weekly view.
Wrapping our minds around our life is hard because we tend to get lost in it. It's like trying to understand the ocean by learning how to swim. Don't you all think that what are we doing with our life and how are we spending our time? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. My question is same. Do you think, are you taking the right decisions and are you taking the right steps towards your life? Well, we have a million things to do in our life. For example, going to that attending that boring lecture, having dinner with your family, and binging that one Netflix show, and going through your Instagram feed. That's a lot, don't you all think? Let's take a step back and analyze life from the outside. I am currently 27 years old, which is a pretty good time in life. Let's say the people who are listening to my speech may be either doing a job right now, or they're in a long-term relationship, or they may be doing they may have started a family, or one may not be doing any of the above things, but still want to enjoy their life, whatever that means to them. Or some are still confused what to do with their life. 1 in 20 people lives up to 100 years. So let's say we are the lucky few people who will live up to 100 years, which means we have 5,200 weeks in our life for us. The initial 600 weeks are spent as a kid, and the next 400 are spent as a teenager. So by the time you guys were 20, you have already spent 1,000 weeks of the 5,200 weeks of your life. Depending on the aspirations of each one of us, we may have either started a job at 20, or we may have gone for further education. By the time we are 25, until the time we are 65, we all get involved in that boring adult work. This phase is the most important time of our life. From 25 to 65, it's 2,000 weeks. And during this time, many of us may have started a family. Some may want to may travel for a world tour. Some would have bought a house, or some may even have gotten divorced. We don't know. But this is the most important time of our life. And in this time, we have transitioned from being young to being a middle-aged guy, and from a middle-aged guy to an old guy. An old, but not old, but the young old of your 60s. By the time you are 65, you have already spent 3,400 of your 5,200 weeks. This is the last leg of our life, assuming that you have earned enough to retire in theoretical ways. So you have all the money, you have the money to retire right now. You can spend the next 1,800 weeks of your life like a king, but that's not the case with everyone, because the average life expectancy is pretty low than 100 years. Let's say if you're lucky, you live till the age of 75, which is good because you still have 550 weeks after your retirement. You can still enjoy those 550 weeks. But don't you think if we bet all our fun and all our enjoyment in those 550 weeks of our life, don't you think it would be a bad, because we are having an aging body at that point of time? How will we enjoy at that point of time? One may also die earlier. So we can't bet everything after 65 as well. So this was the external view of life. Let's get back to our story. I would also like to share another perspective. When I was working in a startup in Bombay, I was so busy with my life that I didn't have time for myself, let alone giving time to others. My brother visited me for 3 days. On one fine evening, he asked me, "Ayush, be honest. Do you try to spend time with our parents, or do you take efforts in meeting them by flying to Calcutta?" I was taken aback by this question, because out of nowhere he asked me this. I was quiet at that point of time. My brother continued. He said that do you realize that you have already spent 90% of the time that you will ever have, and it's already been spent with your parents that you ever have, and the next few years would be really less. At that point of time, I was not able to figure out why is he talking about such things. He still continued. Let's say for the next few years, you take out 2 weeks each year. That means 20 weeks, 2 weeks for next 20 years. That means you will have a maximum of 40 weeks you will spend time with your parents. And if you try to meet them for less number of days, or because of some mishappening, this number may also shrink below than that. So ideally, you have already spent more than 90% of the time you have ever spent with them. And that is true with all your friends as well. But I was shell shocked at that point of time. Is this the last time where we will ever, this is the last time we'll ever have, this is the last time of their life, or this is the last few weeks? I was wondering. And then I realized that life is uncertain and it is finite. Unless and until we prioritize our life and take actions accordingly, we won't be able to give justice to the time. And I believe that if we don't take actions on it, we won't be able to better utilize our time. Thank you so much.
That was a great speech, Toastmaster Ayush. Timer, please note, I will be sharing a form right now, and we will have 1 minute to share a feedback for this speech. The form has been shared. Please tell us after when that minute is over. Toastmaster Vandana.
Yes, what I need to do?
You had to see if that 1 minute is over.
Okay.
I think we are done with that minute.
Yeah.
And let's proceed. So before we start with the second part where for me, I start looking for good captions and hashtags in an impromptu way, let's know a little bit more about the history of hashtags. Well, hashtags were first introduced in 1970 as a C programming language. Can you imagine? It was not even used for grouping. It was just used so that people could understand that, what are the things that they have to do first. But in 2007, Chris Messina proposed the idea in Twitter to tag topics so that every every tweet is grouped in a particular way, and it can actually help us to be interested in things that we are actually interested to follow. Today hashtags are used widely over Instagram, Facebook, WeChat, and many other social media platforms. You can actually follow hashtags on Instagram and just look at see what are the things that people are doing using that hashtag. Do tell me, what is your favorite hashtag that you follow on Instagram? Anyone can unmute and answer that question.
I follow hashtag 100 days of code. Since I do code every day, so in Twitter I use 100 days of code, and it's like a community where everyone helps each other to code daily and post about their progress. So yeah, it's good that I found a community with a hashtag, and they're helping me to be more consistent with the coding game. Thank you. Back to you.
What an interesting thing. So now you know how important these hashtags are. They can actually build communities for you. With that, let's come to the most interesting part of the Toastmasters meeting, which is the table topic session. And I would like to introduce you to our table topic master. Well, she is a part of Newtown Toastmasters Club from past 2 years, and she has received the prestigious Samaritan Awards from District 41. I am proud to present to you Toastmaster Anisha. She is passionate about what she does and likes to learn new things, meet new people, and speak her heart out. She also loves to know about culture, history, food, and experiences. When I asked her about what she thinks about hashtags, she told me she has never been able to get around them, but sometimes they are super fun. Trust me, they are super fun all the time, Toastmaster Anisha. So let's give the virtual podium to Toastmaster Anisha with a round of applause.
Thank you so much, and a big round of applause to our Toastmaster of the day for introducing such an interesting theme for today. Now, before I begin, am I properly audible? Okay, great. So let's start this hashtag table topic session today, okay? But before we start, we have to go through a few rules. The first and foremost of which is that the table topic speakers have to speak for at least 1 minute. And you can speak for a maximum of 2 minutes with a 30 seconds grace period on the upper end, which is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Make sure you do not get disqualified because we always want to be voted. Okay. The other important rule here is that we have guests and we have Toastmasters. However, guests have a little bit of a privilege, I may say. They can choose their topic more than once. So if you want, you can take your selection once as a guest. And if you're not comfortable with the first topic, you can go ahead and select another topic, but you cannot go back to the first topic. You have to speak on the topic you have selected at that point. Another important thing, and let's put our hands together for the grammarian for introducing a wonderful word of the day, which is elucidate, which we will use as much as possible through the table topic section as well, because we want a happy grammarian at the end of the session. With these rules, I will open the floor for our first volunteer for the evening. Anyone up for a table topics? Great. Okay. Okay. So I see Abhijit. Abhijit, can you please come on video? Are you a Toastmaster or a guest?
I am a Toastmaster.
Great. Toastmaster,
Due to some glitch, I'm unable to turn on my video. Apologies.
okay. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. Okay. So great job done, Toastmaster Abhijit. You are our first speaker for the evening. So I have 8 topics with me today. Please pick one number.
I will pick 4.
Great. So Toastmaster Abhijit, listen to this very carefully. In 30 years, give us one thing you would like to go back and change. In 30 years, give us one thing that you would like to go back and change. Toastmaster Abhijit, over to you.
Thank you very much. Very good evening to all the Toastmasters and my dear guest. From now on, if I want to go 30 years forward, like if we notice, like there are situations previously, we like people were quite engaged with their, like they were in the childhood days, they didn't have that facility of electronic gadgets much, and they always want to explore the world. Like they were only engaged in like outside activities like cricket, football, etc. But nowadays, in this printing world, in this modern technology, people are often forgetting that like the vibe, the glamour of those like the of exploring the outside world much, and they are busy playing video games and remaining stuck in front of the computer. So from now, if I go 30 years forward, I will definitely encourage and definitely try to pass on the message to everybody that it's time to explore the world outside rather than remaining engaged in social media much and remaining engaged in video games, because it will simply destroy our mindsets it will destroy our mindsets, and we may often try to like it will be making our minds quite hazy. So in coming future, definitely I will try to encourage people to uh, like uh, to make their lives a bit less, like they should be socially active, but they should also engage in some outside co-curricular activities for leading a good and prosperous life. Thank you, and over to you.
Give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Abhijit. Wonderfully summed up, Toastmaster Abhijit. Indeed, I think at this point, and even taking myself as an example, we all do very less physical activity, whether it's games, whether it's work. So we're always glued to our blue screens. So thank you once again for bringing that perspective in the session today. Okay, now let's move ahead. I did see Dr. Rupesh putting up his hand when we were going with the first selection. So Dr. Rupesh, would you like to take up the second topic?
Yes, please.
Great. Okay, so you get to choose a number from 1 to 8, excluding 4.
Okay, I'll go for 1.
Okay. So Toastmaster Rupesh, if you had to start a trend, what would it be? If you had to start a trend, what would it be? Toastmaster Rupesh, over to you.
Very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and would-be Toastmaster in Digital Forum. If I'll get a chance to start a trend, first I'll say stop chatting over WhatsApp and social media. Generally what happens, even you are happy, you get to know your friends have birthday and they will wish you. It's like a tick box. I'm telling my own story. In the Facebook, I had around more than 500 friends. In my birthday, almost 300 to 400 wishes. I feel proud, see how people are wishing me. Suddenly I was upset and decided to hide my birthday in Facebook. And you will not believe there was only single wish in the evening because I was waiting. Someone will wish me because someone in this world will remember my birthday. And only one call I got 9 o'clock in the evening. One of my old friend in my college days, hey, Rupesh, happy birthday. I told, you recalled? Yeah, I recall, but whole day I was in bank, not able to call you. So that means I thought I have only one friend. My dear friend, get out of this virtual world. See the practicality. From that day onwards, what I decided, even if I want to talk to someone, I want to convey a message, rather than active on WhatsApp or Twitter or other media, that I'll use it for different purpose. But if I want human connect, I directly call them, say, hey, I'm missing you. Might be one sentence, I'll keep the phone. That will bring you to closer to the person. I think this is a trend we are forgetting nowadays. Even I'll say, give you another example. When I was in hostel, my brother, my mother and father used to write a letter. Believe me, all the letters I'm keeping. Whenever I feel depressed, I go and read the letter, and believe me, I used to in that phase. Sometimes I cry, sometimes I laugh. I want to start that trend. That will help the whole humankind. Thank you very much.
Big round of applause for Toastmaster Rupesh. Again, a wonderful, wonderful way to take a topic like this and spin it around. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rupesh. And going by you, I would say I switched off, I think, my birthday reminder around seven years back. And I have never been happier I get 10 wishes, 10 or 12 wishes for birthday, but I'm very happy that those people actually do remember. So yeah, take your time out. And also just saying thank you to them is another exhaustive task, I feel. So great job done, Toastmaster Rupesh. This trend will definitely last long. Okay. So moving ahead, I do see Toastmaster Astha, our very lovely Toastmaster of the day, has also volunteered. So Toastmaster Astha, over to you for the third topic selection. So 1 and 4 are taken. Anything else than that?
2.
2. Okay. So let's see what we have in store for our Toastmaster of the day. Okay. So Toastmaster Astha, how can hashtags affect us? How can hashtags affect us? Toastmaster Astha. I'm giving it to the wrong person, but let's go ahead.
Well, how can hashtags affect us? It personally reminded me of a story. 3 years ago, while I was in second year of college, very lost at what I want to do, because I used to love everything that I used to do in college, be it photography, be it being in front of camera, be it being behind the camera, be it advertising, public relations, everything was my interest. But I still didn't know what intrigued me. So one day randomly I was in social media, and like I was just going through my Instagram, and I saw this hashtag which I used to follow, which said do what inspires you. There's this hashtag do what inspires you. And there was a post over there which said that people think that everything they like will give them happiness. Do what actually brings happiness to you. And at that point I realized being in social media, like doing, making these creatives, knowing about insights, knowing about what brands are doing, actually makes me very, very, it inspires me. It makes me a better person. And that is when I decided that after my graduation, this is something that I want to work upon. I want to go up and do digital media. I want to know more about brands, advertisement, because that's what makes me happy. So that's how a hashtag has actually affected me. It has negative effects. It sometimes, I won't just say about hashtags, but sometimes social media do have a lot of negative impact on people. But it is also about how you perceive things and how you want to take things. So as somebody who's been working very closely with all this, it also affects my mental health sometimes as well. When I am working exhausted to another level and I see people going out and traveling, it actually affects me. So it has negative and positive effects, but it has always helped me becoming a better person, and it's my bread and butter. So yeah, that's how hashtags have affected me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Astha. Let's give a big round of applause. Again, I said I felt the moment I gave the topic, I gave it to the wrong person, because Toastmaster Astha works on hashtags. And but we got to know that you did not work on hashtags initially, and how you found your passion through hashtags. So hashtags do matter. Great, great, great. So let's have our fourth volunteer, and Toastmaster Shubham, will it be all right if I can take a guest before? Great, thank you so much. So we have in the session today guest Shamim. So guest Shamim, would you like to come up for a table topic? Okay, I think our guest is not available. So we'll go back to Toastmaster Shubham. Toastmaster Shubham, please choose your topic other than 1, 2, and 4. Yes.
Okay, I'll pick 3.
Okay, we're going in a nice chronology. Okay, so Toastmaster Shubham, what was your last post on Instagram? What was your last post on Instagram? Toastmaster Shubham, over to you.
Last post on Instagram. Oh, so it brings all the memory of my BTech life. It was my last post on Instagram was on 2017 when I was in the last year of my engineering. So the thing is that it was a fun picture where we were enjoying our last days of engineering. The days were filled with friendship, with love, with innocence. We were not so much aware about the outer world and the world that was about to welcome us, and we were immersed in our world then only. And the picture where even today when I see the pictures, I go with the flow that at the college time, how I used to be so much free about the things. I used to be more pleasant, be more happier than today. But the thing is that nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary. We have to move on from that day, and and from that day to till now, I have stopped using Instagram because I do not find it useful nowadays. I only use Twitter only for educational purpose, if it helps me. And till my graduation days, I'm not that much active in the social media, as mostly it brings the negativity out of me, and do not inspire me to do much. So I use it for very restrictive purpose. But the last Instagram post was of my college days, and it will always remain very special. Thank you. Back to you, Madam
A big round of applause for Toastmaster Shubham. Thank you so much. I think I put you in a bit of a nostalgia there. I hope it was not uncomfortable. 2017 is a long time back. So I hope you were reminded of all the good days in your college, and we would definitely be very, very happy to know that was a happy time for you. A happy time is also today. So be positive. So let's move on to our fifth speaker for the evening. Anyone up? So I will just go back to guest Shamim, just see that if he's available. So guest Shamim, are you available? Okay, I don't think he's in the session. So moving on, is anyone else interested to go take a table topic? How about Toastmaster Rima? We also have Toastmaster. Okay, I think Shamim is back. Shamim, are you there? Okay. So how about Toastmaster Sonali, Toastmaster Rima? We'll get to hear your evaluations and reports, but let's hear you in the table topics as well. Toastmaster Sonali, are you up for a table topic?
Yes.
Okay, lovely. Okay, so let's have Toastmaster Sonali. So Toastmaster Sonali, we have 5, 6, and 5, 6. Yes, 5. Give me 1 second. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8 for you.
Okay. So 8 is my jersey number, so I'll go with the number 8.
Well, 8 is also my favorite number. So Toastmaster Sonali, this is a statement, right? So Toastmaster Sonali, I like hashtags because they look like waffles. I like hashtags because they look like waffles. Toastmaster Sonali.
Okay, so thank you, Toastmaster Anisha, for giving me the opportunity to speak. So I like hashtag because it looks like waffles. First of all, let me tell you, waffles are my favorite. I love waffles so much. Whenever I go to mall, I have one waffle every time in my hand, and I really enjoy it. And I have learned this from my friend. She has, on my birthday, she just handed a waffle in my hand, and I was, what is this? So then she told me like, this is a waffle. Try this. Like waffle, it sounds so different and cute as well. So that day waffles wasn't. So waffles hashtag. I'm not a person who use hashtags so much in my life, neither in my posts. So I would, I'm, I'm just not into social media so much, and I just stay away from it. As Shubham said that he is also not a social media person. I'm also not a social media person. But am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, you're audible. Go ahead.
The voice was coming, so I thought that I was not audible. So yes, so I'm not a person who is pretty into hashtags, but yes, I love hashtags. I love people posts, and down there written hashtag, I love walking, I love sunset, I love this, I love that. And people explore so much with this hashtag. And even I think I should get engaged, but it will take a little bit of time for me. And then, okay, so thank you so much for giving me this topic. That's it.
Great. Let's give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Sonali. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sonali. Waffles and hashtags, lovely combination there. And again, you summed it up in a very nice, funny, yet a very, I think you elucidated the whole thing very nicely. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Sonali. Moving on, we have Toastmaster Vandana. So Toastmaster Vandana, would you like me to I'll keep track of your time. So Toastmaster Vandana, we have only two topics left, which is 1 second. Sorry, we have 3 topics left, 5, 6, and 7. So Toastmaster Vandana, what's your pick?
5.
Okay. Just quickly start my talk for you. Toastmaster Vandana, have we taken a step back with social media replacing human connect? Have we taken a step back with social media replacing human connect? Toastmaster Vandana, over to you.
Yes. Have we connect ourselves? Just repeat the topic once again.
Okay, sure. Just give me one. Yeah. So the topic is, have we taken a step back with social media replacing human connect? Have we taken a step back with social media replacing human connect? Over to you,
Yes.
Toastmaster Vandana.
It's very true that with the social media, we are very less connected with the people. We are very so much busy in our social media things that we always forget to connect with our friends, with our family. Like if we, whenever we are in a group, in a family, I can see my daughters, my other children, they all are busy in their phones. Instead of talking, instead of enjoying the moment, they all are busy in watching something on their phone. So I can see, but this we are having a problem. We are having a very less connected with each other. So if we really see that we, when we are in a group, when we are with our friends, with our relatives, there we should not use the social media, as social media is a very important. It's have its benefits, it's very important in our lives, in our day-to-day lives, but we should use it properly. We should use it in a proper way to get the benefits out of it. And if we see, for everything we depend on our social media to, if we want to wish our friends, we just share a message to them. If we can meet them, we should try to meet them. If we are not able to meet them, we should talk to them over phone, so that we feel closer. But we are not doing this. We are only passes just a send a message, and that's all. Over to you, table master Anisha.
Big round of applause for Toastmaster Vandana. Thank you so much. Once again, you gave a very real life take on the topic. Thank you, Toastmaster Vandana, for that. And finally, I believe we have our last speaker for the evening, which is Toastmaster Amrish. Toastmaster Amrish, welcome to the session. I saw you joined in a little late, but you were very fast in putting your name up for table topics. As a table topic master, I'm very, very happy. So Toastmaster Amrish, you have a selection for 2 topics, which is 6 and 7. So which one would you like to do?
7.
So Toastmaster Amrish, What happens on social media stays in Google forever. What happens on social media stays in Google forever. Toastmaster Amrish.
If I have rightly heard, it is what happens if social media stays in Google forever.
Stays in Google forever. Google.
In Google forever. No?
Yeah,
Okay.
your voice is breaking,
Thank you.
Toastmaster Amrish.
Good evening, everyone.
It is breaking in between.
Voice is breaking.
Yeah. Also,
One
your
minute.
video is lagging.
No. Is it okay?
You're not
Now
very
voice
clear.
clear.
You're not very clear though.
Once.
Toastmaster Amrish, your video is frozen. Okay. We'll just wait for Toastmaster Amrish for a few minutes. Toastmaster Amrish, if you want, you can keep your video switched off and yeah. You can switch off your video and go ahead with the table topics. No, still not audible. Toastmaster Amrish will have to go ahead. Madam General Evaluator, shall we continue with the table topic session? Or
I think we are almost at the end of it, right? If there's anyone willing to take up that topic, it's fine.
yeah, so if anyone in the audience wants to go ahead with the last topic.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Yes, Toastmaster Amrish, you're audible. Yes.
Just repeat once. I've forgotten. Then I'll start.
Okay, sure. I can do that since it's the last topic. So, okay. So, Toastmaster Amrish, what happens on social media stays in Google. What happens on social media stays in Google. Toastmaster Amrish, over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Why we use Google? We search anything. When we need to search anything, when we need to find anything which we don't know, or if we know, but we want to know better. What I say, Google as a googlebaba.com, they have all the details, whether you want or you don't want. So if the social media details are kept on Google for forever, I feel in some time those social media details become obsolete or irrelevant. But if that is not deleted in Google and somebody checks after 5 years or 10 years, that will create lots of confusion. Because today, if you are going to check who is the Prime Minister of India, suppose that. So if you are not specifying the years into 2021, who is the Prime Minister, or 1998, who is the Prime, it will give the list of Prime Ministers. After 30 years, 40 years, there are around 50 Prime Ministers in India to whom I am looking for. It cannot be, if the data are, I'm just giving an example. It's not about Prime Minister. It may be related to any data. If the obsolete data are not removed from the Google, it can create lots of problems to the new generation and as well as old generation. That can create lots of confusion. I may be looking for the recent data, recent population, recent analysis, but it can lead us to the old one. That can create so many confusion among the users. Thank you.
Great. Let's give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Amrish. Again, very nice take, Toastmaster Amrish. And I would like to say we all have to be aware of what we are posting, what we are sharing, and where we are sharing it. Just a little bit more mindfulness sometimes can have a very big effect on us and the society as a whole. With that message, I hand it back to the Toastmaster of the day. My table topic session, I hope all of you have enjoyed. And we will get to know about the evaluations from the particular evaluator. I enjoyed a lot being the table topic master. Back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Astha, over to you. Thank you, everyone. for the opportunity.
Can we have a round of applause for our amazing Toastmaster, a table topic master, and the people who actually volunteered for the table topics? With wasting not even a single minute, I would like to hand over the virtual podium to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Seema Ramesh, so that we could go to the most important part of this meeting, the evaluations.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Astha. Well, it's feedback time, learning to improve ourselves. That is what Toastmasters is all about. Well, we had one prepared speech today, but with two evaluators. So let me first call on the first evaluator, Toastmaster Rima, who is the evaluator of Toastmaster Ayush's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Rima.
Thank you, Ma'am General Evaluator. Good evening, Ma'am General Evaluator, my fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and to particular Toastmaster Ayush. Life in a weekly view. For a moment, I also started thinking about my life, the work which I do in a week, and I started thinking, okay, this I do. It was really very interesting. I really liked the attitude in which you came with a smile when you started with a quote of life, and then you asked us few questions with your hand gesture, which I really liked. Even the different stages which you showed, the choreography of your younger version, old version, middle version, 3 generation. Again, like this, you went back with a dancing choreography. I really liked that also. Even the personal anecdote which you gave when you were in Bangalore, you were doing work, and your brother went there, and a conversation which you and your brother had, and the realization which you had, which you showed that your brother and your conversation, that thing. Your full speech was great. The life which we spent, the way you showed in your way, I really liked it. There are certain things which I want to share that will make your speech great. That is your audience interactions. When you are asking a question, your hand gesture is okay, but you should have waited just a moment to synchronize everything. When you're opening, everything was going in just a flow. So it was, as an audience, it took me a little moment to realize what was going on. Then voice modulation. Throughout your speech, which I find your voice modulation was flat. Even when you were having conversation with your brother, that thing you should have changed your voices. Like when you were asking question also. But don't you think how will we enjoy? Ayush, do we realize those certain things when you were having conversation, you could have changed your voice or while you were asking questions to us. It was all went a single flat flow. So that thing you should a little bit you should need to work out. Then closing part. In the closing part, which I really missed, in a weekly we should have given us some impact with the speech title or with the speech which the content which you were giving, because it just went off without any impact. So try to give in the closing part, try to concentrate there when the ending which you're giving. Overall, I like the attitude in which you started the speech, your hand gesture, choreography, the emotion which we're showing with the speech, and just for recommendation, I will give the audience interactions, voice modulation, and please work hard with the closing part. And your previous feedback was your hand gesture and choreography. It was all okay for me. Thank you, and over to you, Ma'am General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rima, and congratulations. I think, is this your first evaluation? Because it's a project, very, very well done. You brought out the commentations first, what you liked about the speech, then you given your suggestions, the recommendations, and you summarized your entire evaluation as well. Very well done. This is the pattern that you have to follow. And you listened very well, because you pointed out quite a few places like his voice modulation where he can definitely improve on. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rima, and please keep taking up evaluations in order to perfect it. There's no other way but to practice. practice and perfect. Very well done, Toastmaster Rima. And I think Toastmaster Shubham will be evaluating Toastmaster Rima. He will need some time for that. So we will take his evaluation a little later. I think probably after the table topic evaluation, we can take in Toastmaster Shubham's evaluation as well. And as far as Toastmaster Ayush is concerned, I want to congratulate you, like we are in the virtual format. So standing up and delivering your speech is very, very important, because we tend to sit and deliver, and at that time our body gestures, do not come out. However, I would like to make just one recommendation. I think you need a lot more practice in your speech, because I heard you falter in a couple of places, but no issues with that. As much as you practice standing in front of the mirror or in front of your family or whoever it is, the more you practice, the more confidence you will get. And another thing which I feel is that no matter how serious your topic is, whether, it is a serious topic, a little bit of humor, if you could add into it, it can be one of those very static humor or, pan-faced humor, whatever it is, it will gain your audience attention, because an audience has to listen to you for 5 to 7 minutes, which is a lot of time. So if you add a little bit of humor as well, it can keep the audience hooked to what you're saying. Well, all in all, congratulations to both the speaker as well as the evaluator. Before I call in for the reports, I would like to call upon next our table topic evaluator, who will give in the evaluation, making my life very easy, the evaluation for all the table topics. And Dr. Rupesh's speech, I will give in the evaluation, obviously. So over to you, table topic evaluator, Dr. Rupesh Singh.
Thank you very much, General Evaluators Seema Ramesh. There's an applaud going on for her. Okay, very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So first table topic speaker was Toastmaster Abhijit, and his topic was, in 30 years, give us one thing that you would like to go back and change. Toastmaster Abhijit, he immediately went on, given the example of electronics gadgets currently we are using. And he compared current scenario with 30 years back when all gadgets were not there. Unfortunately, whole thing went reverse. Actually, he would go to 30 years back, what things were there, he need to change. But he gave an example how people need to come out with the digital media and spend time with the families, which I believe 30 years back, which I used to do, because that electronic gadgets were not there. So this is what the beauty of table topic immediately you need to jump upon. But it's a very nice try. You give an example and you concluded like, definitely we need to be in public forum. We need to have human connect. But theme was little offbeat from the topic. Just keep trying, Toastmaster Abhijit. That this is what the beauty of table topic, and we all are here to learn. Second was table attempted by Dr. Rupesh Singh. I thought I'll give my evaluation like he need to learn a lot in this Toastmaster journey. But thanks to general evaluators, he will evaluate me at last. Third table topic speaker was Toastmaster Astha, and the topic was how hashtag affect us. See, remember the story, how she was involved in photography and other things. But that time, social hashtags were not there. Then currently, as she's a social media manager as well, she know the power of hashtag. She gave an example to us, and this topic was very easy to her, and she given a total structured speech how when she was not using the hashtag, what was the impact? Currently, when she is using the hashtag, what is the impact? How it connects to the group of people where she get appreciation and all. So I say kudos to you. Your attempt was very right, and you concluded very well. And you given personal example how it helped you to become a better person. So thank you very much, Toastmaster Astha. Fourth table topic speaker was Toastmaster Subham, and topic was, what was the last post in Instagram? And again, He recalled his 2017, he went in engineering days, what he posted, and he tried to explain the memories he went through. It was a nice approach, but same time, Toastmaster Subham, what I'll recommend you, just if you had given example, what was the basis which forced you to leave Instagram? Currently, you are in Twitter, sometime you post. Attempt was very good. If you have given one story, one liner, that would have made a nice impact on whole table topic. And people would say, yes, wow, this is a thing. This is what was missing, otherwise, nice attempt. Fifth was Toastmaster Sonali, and topic was, and I leave hashtag because I like hashtag because it took like waffles. It looks like waffles. Nice approach. Immediately she jumped into the personal story when she used to go to mall because it looks like she used to carry 2 waffles. But somehow a story, round around the waffles only, and we were waiting for the story. And how she also don't like social media, so never hashtag and all. Total, there was no structure in the speech. You started very well, but Toastmaster Sonali, even this is the beauty of Toastmaster and table topic. Even you don't know the topic, just try to build a story. You start with example. If I would be in your place, I'll say when I used to go to mall, I like because it looks like waffles and I used to see, and I'll recall some story how waffles make me happy. And after that, you can relate it to hashtag. It can be this approach, a different approach as well. That whole story was missing. Otherwise, it was a nice attempt and keep coming. This is where we are coming and learn. And next table topic was, have we taken a step back in social media replacing human connect? And the speaker was Toastmaster Bandana. And she jumped into it and she supported this whole sentence. Yes, currently it is taking, we are taking step back because whenever she's seeing the kids, they are in mobile phone on gadgets and they don't have any human connect. She given her example or what is going around her. She given example of her kid. Yes, it is. But again, the story was missing. How definitely it is example everyone knows. All kids, even we are sitting in front of everyone, we are watching TV. TV is going about Instagram, other things are also going on. People are sitting in front of, we are not talking. We are even talking, we are talking about chats. So these are the examples you given. But again, one story, how we can do such things which can close us to human beings that would have made greater impact. I believe you are a veteran Toastmaster. So this is what we expect from you. And the last table topic was, speaker was Toastmaster Ambrish. And the topic was what happens on social media. What happens if on social media it stays in Google? There were a lot of glitch. And after that, finally, he came back and he gave an example. Rather than the topic, he was bit offbeat of the topic because he gave an example of totally Google. But the matter was what happens if social media stays in Google only? But he attempted whatever he understood. And after that, he given how, if they will search, what will happen, if at scenario kind of steps, he came with the analysis, but conclusion was missing. But again, Toastmaster Ambrish is also a veteran Toastmaster. I know him personally from last 3 years in Toastmasters. So I expect more. That's the reason this evaluation. This is what from my side. Thank you very much.
A huge round of applause, please, for the table topic evaluator, Toastmaster Dr. Rupesh. And not to forget your topic as well. The topic was, if you had to start a trend, what would it be? Initially, I was expecting, because I don't know if many of you know, but Dr. Rupesh is a Shairi. He is such an amazing poet. So I thought that the trend that he would want to start was going to be connected to that. But I was pleasantly surprised when he vehemently talked about how everybody needs to get off the social media. You can use the social media for other things, but his personal story about how he himself began to realize that out of the 300, 400 friends that he had, who was actually truly his friend. And it was such an emotional moment for me because I too, I do not belong to your generation or even Dr. Rupesh's generation. I'm even much before that. So being on the social media is something really crazy for me as well. It's difficult to keep up. But the point that you made out in the topic was not to demean the social media, but to make sure that we don't get addicted to it and we try and keep connected to people, if not meeting physically, at least by giving them a phone call saying that we miss you. And that was just brilliantly brought out, Dr. Rupesh. I don't have any recommendation except for the fact that you also being a seasoned Toastmaster, when the yellow card had come up, you started giving your second example about how, the letters from your family and all. So you didn't have much time to conclude, because that is one thing that we need to remember. Even a table topic speech is a speech. It's a full length speech of 2.5 minutes where you have your introduction, your body, and your conclusion. So being a seasoned speaker, I request you to please keep, that time intact. Otherwise, it was just a completely brilliant speech. And the same goes to all the table topic speakers. And I want to thank you for volunteering today and making the table topic session amazing. Now, the table topic session was amazing because we had a brilliant table topic master, Toastmaster Anisha, whom I also know as a very, very disciplined and very, a person who does everything in her capacity to help anybody, because she has supported me a lot of times earlier. And Toastmaster Anisha, I must say that you have conducted a brilliant session. I even love the way that you elucidated your role as what you are as a table topic master. You explained the timings, and also the way you conducted it was very, very well done. And you also gave a comment. You made sure that you commented on the table topic speaker, whoever came in. The only thing that I want to say that is a couple of places I felt that the table topics was pretty long. Okay, now we need to be careful of that, because the table topic evaluator himself was struggling with the topics, because somewhere or the other he would have missed out on a word. And the same goes for the speakers as well, because it is difficult to hang on to one word and then talk about it. So try as much as possible in future, because we need to follow the contest style. If we start practicing in the meetings for our contests, then that's how we can progress. Otherwise, very well done. And another recommendation that I need to make for the table topic speakers is that I think there was one speaker, Toastmaster Sonali, who referred to the previous speaker. Toastmaster Shubham had commented. Now, this in your club meeting is fine, but on the contest level, please do not do that, because you will be disqualified. Okay, that is one of the criteria. You should never ever mention how much ever you agree or don't agree with the previous speakers, whoever you have heard. You should never ever comment on them. At least for the contest, don't do that. So if you practice that in the club meeting, then it won't happen for the contest as well. And I'm sure all of you are going to take part in the contest, because contest season is coming up. And another recommendation I would have, I'm sorry, as a general evaluator, I pick out everything. So please bear with me. Table topic master, you do not repeat a topic for a Toastmaster. Now, if, in the meetings, club meetings, if you do not follow that, then it is difficult to follow that later on, because the table topic speakers in a contest, you will never be given a second chance to hear the topic. So better get used to that, and if you did not understand the topic, just hang on to one word that you have heard in the topic and speak on it. Okay, very well done for the table topic session. And next we'll move on to my three musketeers who are waiting very patiently for their reports. First, I would like to invite Toastmaster Vandana as the timer. Please give in your report.
Good evening, everyone. So I'm giving the report. I'll just read out the names and their timings. First speaker, Toastmaster Ayush. His speech was 7 minutes, 10 seconds. And then evaluator, Toastmaster Rima, 3 minutes, 5 seconds. And for the table topic speakers, First speaker, Abhijit, took 1 minute 51 seconds. Second speaker, Dr. Rupesh, took 2 minutes 10 seconds. Third speaker, Toastmaster Astha, took 2 minutes 15 seconds. Fourth speaker, Toastmaster Shubham, took 1 minute 59 seconds. Fifth speaker, Toastmaster Sonali, took 1 minute 49 seconds. And sixth speaker, Toastmaster Vandana, took 2 minutes 15 seconds. And the seventh speaker, Toastmaster Ambarish, took 1 minute 46 seconds. That's all. Thank you. Over to
Okay.
you.
Do we have any disqualifications on account of time?
No. Everyone.
Okay. So your timing is not yet done. We need to time the second evaluator as well. Okay. So I would like to invite Toastmaster Shubham to please give in the evaluation of Toastmaster Rima.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator, Toastmaster Seema. So it is often said in Toastmasters that evaluation is the breakfast of champion. And today, Toastmaster Rima, with her elucidate evaluation, so does the sign of a champion in making. A very good evening to my fellow Toastmasters, and in particular to Toastmaster Rima. What I loved most about your evaluation was the structure. Even though you did not utter that you were using CRC, that is commendation, recommendation, and conclusion, you did the same as you explained first, but the good things about the speaker and what he could have improved, and in last you summarized. So kudos for that. Second, you were encouraging to the speaker. You were throughout encouraging to the speaker, saying that yes, he did well, and this is the only thing that we do in Toastmaster, that we encourage the speaker, we motivate the speaker to come up again and again in the virtual podium. So double thumbs up for that. The third point I noticed that you were very particular about improvement. You were pinpointing the things that you thought that could have been improved upon, or you liked, as you stated that referencing that while in adult we use this much of percentage, while in married life we use this much of percentage. This was the referencing you used from the speaker's speech. So you were very accurate to that you were not general but very particular. And last, that is, you referred to the previous feedback and also stated that he completed or he implemented that feedback from her previous evaluations or previous speech. So it is a good thing. But however, I thought something could be improved upon so that your evaluation could go a notch higher. First recommendation is you could use catchy introduction like a quote, or using line from speaker speech itself, that like trying to understand the ocean while we swim. So you could use some catchy introduction to get attention of all the audience, so that they listen more attentively to your evaluation. Second is you could congratulate the speaker at the starting, so that it gets connected very much with the speaker, and the speaker feels comfortable to get that evaluation, to get that commendation or recommendation, whatever you are giving. Third is you summarized it up very well, but I think that you need to say speaker that you are looking forward for her speech again and again, so that speaker feels encouraged that, oh, okay, she has given me this thing and she is now looking forward to hear me implement those things. And last one is you can say that what type of speech it was, and like it was persuasive or in entertaining speech, or sort of like that, and it will give you a brownie point in evaluation contest. So all in all, you were throughout encouraging, you used CRC approach, you were particular about improvements, you used previous feedback and referred them. But however, if you could use a catchy introduction, congratulate the speaker, and add a encouraging line at the end, and also tell what type of speech it was. It would make your evaluation a bit good. Thank you. That's it from my side. Looking forward for hear your more evaluation. Thank you. Back to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Toastmastership, for that wonderful evaluation. You have really listened to her and given her the encouragement, because it's her first evaluation. Very well done. But Toastmastership, I need you to understand that you need to check your timing, because normally for an evaluation, if you're going by the contest style, you can avail 15 points for the summary. Just imagine, it's a huge amount of points for 15 points. So ideally, when the yellow card goes up, you should begin your conclusion. Okay, so just stick to 3 recommendations, 3 commendations, and then you will have time for your conclusion. Otherwise, very well done. And Toastmaster Vandana, the timer, how much was the time taken?
Shubham is 4.2.
Yeah, okay, so you well exceeded the thing, but no problem. We are all here to understand and learn. So please take up as many evaluations as possible. Next, I would like to invite my second musketeer, the R counter for today, who was Toastmaster Sonali. Please present your report.
So thank you so much, General Evaluator. So today's reports are as follows. Toastmaster Astha, word repetition for twice, you know for twice, and for once, and for twice. Toastmaster Rima, word repetition many times, for once, and for twice. Toastmaster Shubham, and for once, word repetition many times, long pause for once, for once, many times. And Toastmaster Ayush, word repetition for many times, but for once, for once, and for once. Toastmaster Rupesh, word repetition 1 times and for once. Toastmaster Anisha was clean throughout the meeting. And Toastmaster Vandana, word repetition many times and for one and for many times. Toastmaster Abhijit, word repetition twice, for once and for once. Toastmaster Amrish, word repetition twice and for once and for once. Toastmaster Seema, for once and for once. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sonali. Listened very attentively, caught all our R's and Ums. Thank you so much for that report. And last but not the least, the Ren and Martin for today are Toastmaster Anurag, the grammarian. Please present your report.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good evening once again. So today the word of the day has been used 5 times. Once by Toastmaster Shubham, once by Toastmaster Astha, once by Toastmaster Anisha, and twice by Toastmaster Seema. Coming to some of the not so good usages of grammar is lives up to, could have been used as live up to. Speakers, evaluators, evaluator, which is, could have been used as who is. Pretty good time could have just been used as good time. In the childhood could have been used as during the childhood. And now that this is not an improvement, like out of nowhere, this phrase itself is perfect, but it could have been used as out of thin air. And some of the great usages of English grammar is binging through the Netflix show, Last Leg of Our Life. I was shell-shocked. Life is uncertain and finite. Leading a prosperous life, and do what inspires you. That's all from my side. Thank you, and over to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anurag, for that very elaborate report as the grammarian. Well, I'm off on to now to the meeting as a whole. We started out with the Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Vandana introducing, and it was slightly late, like we were waiting for the role player, so that's understandable. But and of course, today being the post-holiday season, everybody was a little lethargic and also.
Excuse me,
Master Seema, you're muted.
Oh God, this technical glitches. I'm sure I need to hashtag that technical glitches that's happening over here, Toastmasters meeting. Okay, I'm trying to go on with the meeting as a whole, starting out with the Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Vandana, who started out around 4 minutes late, which is understandable because we were waiting for the role players. But she did a brilliant job of explaining the rules, the mission, and she also talked a couple of lines about yesterday being Vijayadashmi. That very well done. You introduced the president also beautifully, the stand-in president, Toastmaster Ayush. And of course, Ayush came in with a little bit of nervousness because he has not been the president, trying to be the president, but you did a good job about it. The only thing that I recommend for you, Toastmaster Ayush, you mentioned that it is the 83rd meeting of VirtuoMasters Club, but you did not mention Newtown Toastmasters Club. It's a joint meeting, so you could have, brought in that as well. You also looked out for guests, but there weren't any at that time. Very well done. And you moved on to introduce the Toastmaster of the evening, who happens to be also the president of Newtown Toastmasters Club. And Toastmaster Asta, thank you so much for bringing in such a beautiful topic, especially an oldie like me really enjoyed it. You did a wonderful job. And what I really liked about it was you weaved the meeting theme, the theme of the meeting into the 3 sections, and you explained all the 3 sections beautifully. Very well done, and congratulations. Also, congratulations to all of you, both the clubs having a joint meeting. I really enjoyed it, and thank you so much for having me as the general evaluator. Over to you, Toastmaster Asta.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Seema, for evaluating us. And with that, we are short of time. So first things first is that we have a voting link ready, and I would like Toastmaster Shubham to post it so that we can, start with the voting. Secondly, thank you so much for joining us today for this joint meeting, the 83rd meeting of VirtuoMasters Club and 115th meeting of Newtown Toastmasters Club. Also, the voting link is here, so do vote. And thank you so much for each and everyone for taking out time today, since it's been a holiday week. All of us have been partying, going out. Me as well. I was out there in Andaman with no network at all. Just came back yesterday, and I had a outstanding time with all of you, and I hope it's the same for all of you. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll just check once if you all have voted, and I'll also vote in a minute. With that, since we have a little bit of time left, I would like to know how many of you actually enjoyed today's, theme, and do you have any feedback for me that I should work upon? Anything? Yes, Toastmaster Rupesh.
No, it was very nice joint meeting. I was giving the example in table topic, how I'm away from WhatsApp and social media. So same like that, a lot of things were happening, but I was not aware, even part of this VirtuoMaster Club, I was not aware joint session is going to happen. I just, before joining this meeting, at 3:45, I opened the WhatsApp and see the agenda. Then I realized it is a joint meeting. So, and after coming here nicely, really you conducted very well, Asta, and really appreciate your confidence, the way you conducted. Looks like I really don't know your story or your history, your career history, but looks like you're a veteran Toastmaster, way you conducted, and the confidence was very visible, which I believe I need to learn how you are coming in the digital media or digital forum or public forum, speaking so confidently without any hiccups, or these are the biggest mistake I do. So really appreciate the whole team, and you as well. So very nicely conducted, and thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rupesh, for your wonderful words. Just give me a minute. I will check the results, and just 1 second. Oh, we already have the results with us. The best evaluator is a tie. Oh no, it's not a tie. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. The best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Rima. The best primary role player is none other than our general evaluator, Toastmaster Seema.
Who would want to share it with the table topic master and the Toastmaster of the evening, because both of you did two amazing, really, really good job, both of you. Thank you.
The best auxiliary role player is Toastmaster Sonali as the R counter. And the best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Astha Agarwal. Thank you so much. Well, it was a wonderful meeting. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I would like to give a special thanks to Toastmaster Krish for supporting me all the time during this whole, keeping track of everything. And it was great having this joint meeting and looking forward to more joint meetings like this and inviting you all to join us for our meetings, and would be really interested to joining your meetings as well. So thank you so much. And with that, I would like to close today's meeting, and bye-bye and good evening. Have
Asta, can we have a group pic?
Sure, definitely. Let's have a group picture. Give me a minute. Can all of us turn on the camera for this picture? Toastmaster Anisha?
Yeah, I'm just, somebody would relate. Fixing my hair. Yeah.
So let me this hashtag. I can't do it because I'm clicking the picture. All of you, please do it. One more, please. Just 1 minute. It is so weird. I use computer all the time. Still, I only have technical glitches when I am doing Toastmasters meeting. Only that is the time when I will have all the technical glitches in my laptop. So thank you and bye-bye.
Thanks so much.
Bye, everyone.
Thank
Have a
you.
lovely Sunday. Yes, tomorrow is Sunday.
Yes, tomorrow is Sunday.
Rima, a recording stop, please.